Hey guys, what's up? Doing the commentary again. Yay, that's always the tire upper for me when I make these videos. Do the commentary, then you're good. Um, so yeah, I got a lot of good people to voice act in this one. Darth Milo came back as Mr. Freeze, and I got the Four Monkeys, Mommy Monkey to do Batgirl, and then I got the Four Monkeys, Big Monkey, which is the Daddy Monkey. If you ever go to the Four Monkeys channel, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But they basically classify themselves as different monkeys in a family, because they don't want to reveal their real names, which I can respect. So yeah, she does the Batgirl, and then her husband does Commissioner Gordon, and so yeah, I got a lot of good people. I tried out a few different girls for the voice of Batgirl, but no one really had the right, like, I don't know, mic. Like, it wasn't that good. So they have a good mic. So and they're pretty talented. So I liked using that. Oh, one thing I want to talk about is the Bat Hound. Man, he was hard to do. Most every shot where he moves, well, I think every shot where he moves, he has a like a red, you know the spray cans, the computer dusters. They have those little like plastic tubes, like really thin plastic tubes on the ends of them. Well, I use those a lot in my Legos because I want to spray off the dust or whatever before a shot, and I would recommend getting those. They're only like $5 a can or whatever. So yeah, those little thin tubes at the on them. Once the cans are done, I use those tubes to move things on the set, like Batman just grappling hooked, and I use a tube for that. And then I go in GIMP and erase the tubes. So. But man, it was really hard because, like, I mean, some scenes are easy, like really easy to erase the tube. But some scenes, like, you can't help but cast a shadow with the tube, and you can't have a shadow on the tube. It doesn't work out. So you got to like mess with the shadows and blur a bunch of stuff. It's just hard. So a lot of the Bat Hound scenes and stuff in that scene where the Batgirl falls all had the tube kind of holding them up, taped to their back or whatever. I actually super glued Bat Hound to the tube. But super glued like spilled all on my table, and now I got a big kind of thick patch of super glue, which kind of sucks. Yeah, this is a good example of that. Man, I spent a lot of time editing the shadow. I think that scene took me like an entire 2 hours. I think I watched Valentine's Day, the movie. Not My Bloody Valentine, the one with all the actors. During that, while I was editing those like four or five pictures, just repeated it over and over again. And so yeah. Oh, the solitaire thing was cool because that's kind of something I couldn't do earlier on. I figured out how to do it, and I use GIMP to do it, to kind of move the picture over the thing and blur it the right way and all that kind of stuff. So I was really excited how that turned out. That shot where they put the crate into the truck, I was thinking about just doing it, but like it proved too hard, so I actually shot that in reverse. And it was actually a lot longer, but I didn't really like how the beginning kind of turned out, so I kind of just made like a short clip of them putting the drugs into the car. Yeah, but I shot that in reverse, and then I reversed it, obviously, and so that way they put it in, because it was too hard to get the thing out of the car while it was still in. It was just, And yeah, this scene has a lot of special effects, which I like. The freezing is obviously a lot different from what I normally do. A lot of stuff is possible through GIMP. I just kind of like downloaded that, and I've always had it, but I never really took the time to really learn it. So I was just using Paint, and I don't think I use that anymore except for the mouths. I did some of the mouths with GIMP. Some of the close-ups where the mouths are larger, I used GIMP, so you couldn't see so you could see, like when you see the lines of paint, sometimes you can see kind of like where I cut it out, which you're supposed to, but like sometimes it's a little too edgy, so like I blur it up in GIMP just a little bit. But yeah, far away mouths like these, you don't need to do that. Yeah, a lot of people ask me like where I got the Batgirl. I'm looking at the comments and stuff, like custom Lego figures like Superman, Batgirl. I just wanted to answer that. Basically, just search like that on eBay. I mean, if you have an eBay account, or your mom or dad does, or whatever, or if you have access to one, search it on eBay, and people make these custom Lego figures, and they sell them. Like, Batgirl's helmet is actually Catwoman's helmet, and it was painted blue, but it was painted really nicely, and so... Oh, this scene was hard to do, because I had to make two separate video tracks in Windows Movie Maker to align the mouse, and then to the same audio track. And then when I put them in Vegas, I kind of had to delete one of the audio tracks and just trust that it was in sync, and it was, because it was the same length of audio track according to the video. But then I just overlaid the video. I had to leave space out on the left side for Batman, and then on the left side, and then I had to leave some space out for Robin on the left side. This scene was kind of fun to film because I didn't really care so much about it. It wasn't like intense scene, so I just kind of shot a bunch of random stuff. That I put Robin on like a little spiral circle movie thing, like how they have like those spiral things in Lego, and it's actually what the chairs are connected to, except like larger scale. And so that way you could spin. I use that too when Batman later punches Mr. Freeze. They're both on those little tiny chair things. I use the same piece from what moves the chairs around. I stood them both on it, and then I turned them and kind of just animated that way. That was actually kind of fun to animate because I normally hate animating. Darth Maul does a good job. His lines are always really low though, so I have to use the volume to kind of push him up, and then I have to kind of normalize it because it's kind of spiky. But once all the kind of editing is done, it produces a nice quality of voice, I think, and I think he does a good job. Like his voice is just right for that, There are a couple of rewrites for this scene, the final scene, which is kind of hard to do rewrites now. I mean, I used to be able to do them really easy since it was just me, my little kid voice. But yeah, I rewrote the scene a little bit just because I liked it different ways. Like, there's one version where Batman liked Mr. Freeze's plan, and he tried not to stop him because, like, he wanted to actually see it happen because it sounded so badass. But then, like, I thought that was kind of illogical because I kind of want to portray Batman as kind of smart but dumb, kind of like an idiot savant. So Robin's more like just smart but like kind of nerdish, and Batgirl's just a dumbass. And I hope people don't draw like a stereotype from that, like, oh, the girl's stupid. I mean, obviously I think they will. I think they're going to comment that, but that's not what I was going for. I had different ideas for her, and I just I don't really have a dumbass in my script, so I kind of just wanted to make her a dumbass. I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel, but it wasn't a sexist thing at all. So, but yeah, some things were taken, like female characteristics from my friend Amanda, mostly, is who I hang out with, the only girl I really hang out with. I hang out with other girls, but she's like my best friend girl. So like she says she's fat all the time, that kind of thing. If you're listening to this, which you probably aren't, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just saying. Anyway, so yeah, I kind of took kind of her personality, not the dumbass part, but just like what she kind of says from that. Yeah, I looked that up online, the actual size of the moon to the Earth, because I wanted to get that right. So I went up to NASA, and they showed me, like, the actual size of the moon if it's compared right next to the Earth. So it doesn't get smaller, it's in front of the camera. I hope people don't confuse that. It's in front of the camera, and then it kind of falls to Earth and gets smaller because it's falling away from the camera. So this is the end scene. I've been trying to do end scenes after the credits. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the movie. I'll talk to you guys later.